You guys, I just need to preface this video with the fact that today is the most noisy day I have ever experienced in my whole life. I'm not even joking you. There is a murder going on in my backyard with a chainsaw. Like, I don't know how long someone can be using a chainsaw for unless you are legitimately like filming a horror movie. Like, I cannot rack my brain as to like how long you can use a chainsaw for. So I have been like legitimately confined to my bedroom to like try and find a little bit of like peace and quiet so I can do one of the most important videos of like the past, I don't know how long. This video is so important to me, and whoever that is with a chainsaw is legitimately fucking canceled. Like, I never want to see this person. Like, what? Okay, honestly, I also want to tell you that I have legitimately done this video like over 5 times. And I'm not like that. You guys know, like, I will just like put up a video I make. I don't like redo videos. I don't even edit videos. So you can imagine how annoyed I was. Like, okay, forget it. I just wanted to like preface that with you and do like a typical like irritating open. Oh my God, I'm like so annoyed. Like, seriously. Okay. So you guys, today I am launching my brand new Privé collection and I am so excited. This has taken me about 2.5 years of work to finally be able to have it ready to launch for you guys. And with all of my Privé collections, it takes me a long time because I don't have like a full team or staff behind me or like a design team or investors, anything like that. It's like legitimately just me and like the person who does the CADs, you know what I mean? Like the caster. So it's a long process and it's a lot to do, especially when you have a business, you know what I mean? So also, you guys know I'm probably one of the most picky people on the planet. Like, if it's not exactly right, I get so discouraged, and I've like dropped it. Like, so I've like just not like went and like done the corrections and like let it go for like months at a time just because like it just was not going right, and you know what I mean? I get frustrated. So it's taken about 2.5 years to finally perfect this little dream collection of mine that also has so much HRH history in it too. And I'm really, really excited to like tell you guys about it and where it came from. And a lot of my OGs out there, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm just so excited. Before I go and tell the story, I'm just gonna give you a little sneak peek of everything of the new line. They are a set of rings and they are called, the line is called A Piece of Me. I'm just going to leave it like that before I go into my story. Also, I'm going to show you guys this limited case, vintage style case, like modeled after like a vintage style cigarette case that like old Hollywood glam like would keep on in their like boudoirs or on their vanities, you know what I mean? So, and it has, anyway, I wanted to show you guys this quickly. This is going to be a limited thing just for the launch, but I want to get into my story. This is like the little highlights, okay? Because I feel like the story is very important. To me, it's very important, and I know a lot of you guys out there love to hear back history, and I'm just like, that's like what I like. Like, I love HRH so much. I love it so much because it's mine, I think, and I didn't have like any help with it. And it kind of came from nowhere. Honestly, like it came from YouTube. And I've never taken a design class in my entire life. I've never taken like any kind of class that would lead me to be able to be a jewelry designer, a business owner, like for creative minds. Like I've never like done that. So it just kind of happened. And I am like, so many times, I'm just so thankful. So everything, like oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I swear they're filming. I swear, like, they're filming right now. They must be. It's like so loud. Like, I'm so annoyed, you guys. Like, I'm like so annoyed. Actually, this should be the other way. I'm gonna be talking because I feel it looks better like that. Okay. So, like, legitimately. Okay, here we go. So, back to the story is that a lot of you guys have been following me for a long time, and it means so ridiculously much to me. Like, I would not be here if it wasn't for you guys being so loyal to not only my channel but my line. Like, I feel like I've grown so much, and I've like been able to just like be normal and not be like this like YouTube-y person, and you guys have accepted that and like that, and I've been able to like not just like follow like the normal YouTube like outfit of the day kind of girls, and I'm just so happy that you guys like that. Since the beginning, like I don't know where I'm really going with this, but anyway, what I wanted to say is what kind of where these rings started from and where this little collection of mine came from. Because it's a collection based off of candy and cake designs. And you'll be like, where did that come from and why? Okay, so if you haven't been following me for a long time, you might not remember my very original designs. And my very original design, my first one was a cupcake ring, and I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about that before. It was just made out of bathroom like caulking, honestly, like that spongy material that you seal, like white spongy material that you seal in the bathtub with. So I kind of want to take you guys back a little bit just to kind of like be like why, you know, and I feel like it's an important story. Just kind of, it's like a backstory that you guys like always ask me, how did HRH start? So you guys know I have like a very good, deep admiration for all things Asian, like specific things, you know? And I think it started with the fact that I have been in karate for like, I was in karate for like 19 years. I'm a 3rd degree black belt, traditional Japanese karate. I went to several world championships, went to Japan, this and that. So my life was very like involved in that for pretty much my entire life until I went to, when I went to college. So that's kind of where my love and interest in Asian, specifically Japanese culture, began. I've always loved cute Japanese things. It's just been, and then the fact that I was in karate, it just kind of like made sense. Then I went to China, and then I kind of developed a love for like the Chinese culture and people and things like that. So anyway, back up a little bit to the Japanese thing. So when I was first doing YouTube, I was really in love with that decoden stuff. Do you guys know what that is? It's like that frosting looking piping, you know, like the cake, around the side of the cake, there's like frosting. Well, you could make jewelry, whatever, like there was jewelry made from it, and like cell phone cases and things. And today it's like readily available. You can like get decoden stuff, like you can just like go on Amazon, I'm sure, and like find decoden, like ready-made piping, and you can just like order it and make your own things. Well, back when I started YouTube and like what like really was like fascinated with stuff, it wasn't popular at all in the States, but I really wanted to make stuff. So I just thought, it's like, how can I do this? Like, what is that white stuff that like lasts? You know what I mean? That like you can like make stuff from. And I thought of bathroom caulking or like whatever it was. So that's how I used to make those rings. I would go to the hardware store, buy that caulking in that long tube, squirt it into a piping, like a, you know, a plastic piping thing with a cake tip at the end, and that's how I'd make those rings. So and like that's another reason why I'm like, just do your own research. Like, you know, when I'm like, oh my god, like I get so annoyed when people are like, where'd you get it, where'd you get it, where'd you get it, where'd you get it? Like, it's just, that's like not the kind of person I am to be like, where'd you get it, where'd you get it? Like, I figured out on my own. Like, I would have never figured that out before, because that's not what people were using, like bathroom caulking, to make anything. They were using decoden, whatever it was. I don't even know what it was, but you couldn't like get it in the United States easily then. So people like were not doing that. Anyway, it wasn't a big deal, but that's just where that little cupcake ring came from, and that's what this is based off of, okay? So I definitely want to talk about the design process a little bit with you guys, because designing jewelry, especially like complicated pieces with details and things that are trying to mimic like real things like cake and stuff, is not easy. And I think it really is important to like, plus you guys are interested in that. I feel like you always ask me questions, like asking me about things like that. You know, how did you start HRH and stuff like, so I feel like you'd be interested in the process. So I'm gonna go and show you guys each ring. There are 3 rings in the collection. The collection is called A Piece of Me, and I feel like it's the perfect collection name. It's the perfect name because I didn't want to name it Candy Collection. I didn't want to name it like Sweet Shop. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so basic. Like, that's not what it is. It is a piece of me. Like, this is how, like, this was this is based on one of my very first designs. Like, there's so much like of like me and what I love in these rings, and specifically there's like the candy vibe of it. And it makes sense, like a piece of cake, a piece of candy, it just kind of fits with that. Also, a piece of me is very like badass sounding, like you want a piece of me. And I feel like the rings, even though they're really pretty, it's like they're gorgeous and have so much detail, they're very badass too. And that's what it is, like totally encompasses me, where I love pretty things, I love crystals and things, but I don't really dress too girly, and I don't like necessarily think I'm a badass, but I'm not like a pushover either kind of thing. And that kind of embody, like these rings are so me. With every single Privé collection I've ever put out, every single thing, all these collections have taken so much time because of how picky I am. And how when I get samples back, I'm not going to just settle for them. Like if the caster did not understand like that I wanted them to be a puffier version or a thicker version, or even like just a fucking millimeter off, like it matters. Like if there was one drip on this ring, the drip ring, if there was not enough drips, it matters. It looked awful. Like, so we had to go back to the drawing board and do it again. So these rings have been perfected like after 2.5 years. And I was not ever with these, like every collection I put out for Privé is like so much work and so much of me being like ridiculously picky. So I hope you guys love these. I'm gonna go into, I'll explain them now. So there are 3 ring designs, and they all are based on candy or cake. But specifically based on my first design, which is the cupcake ring, and how basically it all began, okay? So I'm gonna start with the drip ring. These are all solid sterling silver. So my very first Privé rings were brass and then plated with silver gold or rose gold, okay? So these are now solid sterling silver, and you can choose the solid sterling silver option, silver color, or I have 14K, whatever carat, plated option, or I have 14K rose plated, okay? So I'm gonna just quickly go through and show you. This is called the drip drip. This is called royal icing, and I'm gonna show them to you up close, and this one is called candy bar. So I'm gonna show you each one. I'm gonna take these off, and I'm gonna start with drip drip first. And drip drip was a pain in the butt, okay? Like, here's the rose, and I'm not gonna show the rose too often because in all honesty, I don't wear rose a lot. It's not that popular. Like the rose gold is not so popular. As a small business, I just have to invest in like what I know is you guys like and what I like too, honestly. So this is the rose. If you like the rose, order the rose, because I don't keep it stocked as often, so I'm not even really gonna like share it too much, okay? Just the gold and the silver are the ones that I'm just like totally dead over. Okay, so here we go. The drip drip is like a chocolate or a candy drip, like a melting candy or drip ring. There are 6 different drips on them. They're all different lengths. It makes such a huge difference. There are thick bubbled rings. As you can see, they're not thick, they're not thin. And there's a lot of different curvatures and thicknesses and like to make the drips look real, like metallic-y drip. They're done perfectly. And I'm just gonna go through the design process a little bit with you guys and just say little notes and things just so you can like see what I went through and how it really matters. So without these drips that go all the way around, the back is straight, but all the way around to the sides, they're all different. They get shorter and then longer towards the front. Even the thickness of the actual end of the drip, like I went through so many samples because it looked so foul. It looked like, okay, I'm so gross, I know. It can totally look like a dick, okay? I know this, so you guys know I'm like very honest with you, okay? So we're just like, I'm gonna like play real. But I worked so hard to create this perfectly that is not at all that, you know what I mean? Because there is such a fine line with, if the designer doesn't like catch that, it's like literally running like a dick and balls on your fucking hand. Like, and I was like, they're just not getting it. Like, I don't know what to do. So we finally figured out it is absolutely perfect. Like, it is so badass. I'm sorry, I'm like looking at it. And this part right here, the top is bubbled. So it looks like it's dripping. It's just such a perfect piece. Do you see how almost alive it looks? It's just it is so sick. Like, it is everything. So those are drip drip. Everything is stamped HRH 925 on the sides, just so you guys know, on the inside of the rings for authenticity and because it's solid. These are also solid, by the way. They're not hollow. They're really nice and heavy rings. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is candy bar, and it's based on my based on the iconic Hershey bar. Okay, so it's also kind of a take on the class that just that band that Cartier makes. Everyone wears that Cartier band with the little like screws all over it. So I just wanted to create a really just easy to wear band, but that had like a totally different twist to it. So here they are in, this is a small size, silver, gold, and rose gold. They're all solid sterling silver again. I don't know if you can see the detail, but let me show you the detail, and I'm going to explain the difficulty I had with this one too. This one was harder than Drip Drip, actually. We had to start with an entirely new caster because this one, they were just like, we can't do it. The details on a chocolate bar, on like a chocolate, if you open up a chocolate bar, Hershey's chocolate bar, you look at it, and there's like the squares on the bar. There's so many details, and like, I bet you never like really thought of that, right? Until you're trying to like make a chocolate bar ring. And if you don't get all of those details on the ring, it just looks like rectangles. Like, it doesn't make sense. So he was trying to like put two rings together, like make these rectangles a separate mold and then mold it into, anyway, he was able to do it, but it was like ridiculous cost and so much extra labor, and it was just so like mind-blowing. So we finally found someone that was able to do it just the way that we thought could be done, but it just took forever, and it ended up perfect. So they look just like a chocolate bar. And if you guys can't see this because they're really shiny, I know these are like really high shine polished rings. I have like all the pictures on my site for you to look, and they're like perfectly done so you can like see exactly what you're getting. But these look really sick stacked. And then here's the rose one too, so you can stack them all. I have a picture like this done. You can stack them all. Really neat. And then I also love them as pinky rings. I think they're so cute on the pinky, like a little chocolate bar. Oh my god, I didn't even say what the middle says. Okay, so the middle of the ring right here, where, can you see? I don't know if you can see. Where it usually says Hershey or whatever, like whatever chocolate bar it would be, it says HRH in the script. So there's 3 chocolate pieces, 1, 2, 3, doesn't matter what size you get. There's gonna be 3 chocolate squares on here, so it looks like an actual bar. And then the HRH script is on each one, like a chocolate logo. So cute. Oh my god, I just like love it so much. And I love the idea of them on your pinky too. I just thought they were so badass on the pinky. Like, it's just like, they're such a cute, and I love that. You guys know I love like cool, like fun and like quirky takes on classic things. I've always loved that. And I've loved that since Jonathan Adler is very like that. You know, he's very like quirky takes on classic things. He was a big inspiration for me. He always has been, as far as like quirky things like my pills and stuff like that, like anything having to say weird things or like kind of like pushing the envelope things. Like he totally inspired me for that. I really like his, I've always loved his stuff. You guys know that. Like, I've always been an Adler fan. Okay, so really cool. Okay, those are the chocolates. Also available in all 3 metals. And now we're gonna go on to this, like the main reason for the collection, and that is the royal icing. And this is piping. You know the piping that you see on the bottom of a birthday cake or a cake, right? Like that shell-looking, puffy shell-looking icing, right? Design. That is this. Do you see all of the design too? All of the detail? All of the little lines to exactly create the details of piping, cake piping. They exactly look like little shells. They even look like little madeleines. They're adorable. Also, I want to say one more thing when I like to tell stories when I'm doing this. So do you guys know the Marie Antoinette with Kirsten Dunst? I love that movie. I've always loved that movie, but I listened to that soundtrack a lot, over and over when I first started HRH, not when I first started, like a couple years later. And just that like that movie and that the prettiness of that movie has always stuck with me. And that's where I get a lot of my inspiration for like the Dauphines and things like that. So just another little like thing that you guys might not know that I love. And this is very that too, like a modern day Marie Antoinette, like kind of badass. And yeah, okay. So let me tell you guys another thing about this. So can you see? It is just so sick. Okay, so you can stack these. I love to stack the chocolate bar and the royal icing together. But the royal icings also stack if you wear them back and front together. So here if you turn one around, they exactly puzzle piece and lock with each other. So it's like locked in between. Perfectly locked in between. Did you say it makes sense? Really, really cool. And in my first Privé line too, my Grand Coil ring did the same thing. It twisted together and you could wear two of them together. So I always like to make these like fun to wear and interesting and just unique. Like where else have you seen like a ring collection that's just like really, really great quality, but like cool and like just very, very, very different. So that's that one, royal icing. Okay, one more thing I'm going to show you guys is the drips. So let me put on the gold drip, for example, right? You can make them melty. So you can like add a chocolate bar, so it's like a chocolate drip. And you guys know that, is that sick? So like the drip is like a badass, like drip, like money, like you can, it's a very cool, like badass, but cute and pretty thing at the same time. So you can make your chocolate drip and you can make your frosting drip. And then you can put these on the pinky, which I think is also a really cute option. So sick. But this is how I like to wear it like this. So I'll either wear this like that, or I will wear these like this. Stack these like that. And then I also like to do the drip with the chocolate bar, or candy bar it's called. So sick. Okay, I'm like so in love with this, you guys. I can't tell you how long I've been wanting to launch these. Like it's been so much work, so much back and forth. I'm so controlling, but like I'm sorry, I'm like not going to settle. Like I'm the kind of person where I'm like, okay, I'm just not gonna do it. Like I get like fed up and I just need to like regroup and be like, okay, like let's do it again. Like if I had a big team behind me, then someone else can like, take over, like a design team, but it's just not the way it is. Like I don't have that. Okay, so let me go on and show you guys these just for the launch. Okay, so today is my launch, and just for the launch, actually I'm having a party tonight for just some customers who have been very loyal to me, who live in the LA area and who wanted to come. It was like actually very last minute. If you guys follow me on Instagram, if you haven't been blocked, then you would have seen my Insta story. And I hope people come. Like it's gonna be raining as fuck tonight, I think. Like I hope you guys come. And then also a little note, sorry, like I feel like I have a hair on myself. And then when I put my hand up, I like to wear this the other way because I like it to fall. Like which way I'm doing, I want it to fall. So if I'm sitting like this, I want it to like drip, Okay, so a little note for anyone out there. My first Privé line, my first Privé rings, and I'm a very negative, like pessimist, and I just am by nature. Like it just is what it is. I always imagine and think the worst. It's like horrible, but it is what it is. My first Privé rings did sell out like very quickly. So I hope these do, but I'm of course gonna be like, no, they're not going to, just because I'm like a very negative person like that, and I always expect the worst. But just because they did sell out the last time I did my Privé rings, anyone who's coming to the party tonight who was invited, or wanted to come, like I didn't invite people, like they wanted to come, just so it's not, I don't want to like leave anyone. There's so many people all over the world. Literally, if I had money, like tons of money, I would legitimately fly you guys in for the party. Like my customers who I love so much, who I talk to, like legitimately, that's what I do. If I fucking make it, I'm gonna do that. I swear to God, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fly in like 20 of us, first class, we're going to Paris. I swear we're gonna like have the best launch party ever. I would so do that. Like, actually, why don't like big companies, they do that, but they do it for like bloggers. I don't like them, they just use them. Bitch, I would like just actually invite people who are like, who've been so supportive and nice to me. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, my launch party tonight. So anyone who's coming, you guys, don't wait to come to the party to buy the rings. Buy the rings now if you like them, just because if your size does sell out or whatever, I want you to be able to get it, and then you can also pick them up tonight. You know what I mean? You'll be the first ones to have them. Okay, now for everyone who doesn't live in LA, I still have another thing that you'll be able to get. So just for the launch, these are limited edition, okay? These are just for the launch. I'm not gonna be reordering these as of now. I'm like, really not. Just like with the pink AB pouches that a lot of you guys like, I'm not like, I don't have any more of those, and like you guys ask, like they're just for like specific thing, like they were just for like Chinese New Year. I might order them again like later on because you guys love them so much, but I don't have them to be like giving out to everyone. Okay, so this is, if you buy 2 or more rings, you have to buy 2 or more rings from the collection, you can get this. It's it is designed after like a vintage cigarette case from like old Hollywood, like starlets, you know what I mean? And let me show you what I did, what you can do with yours, which I think is like so sick to like keep in your bag and just like open it up and like have your things. Like this is so how they did it like in the like 30s, I think. Okay, look at how cute this is. The lips, your lipsticks and your perfumes fit perfect inside. And then you have the HRH. This is the new HRH logo in here. It's done on really, really pretty satin with a big chunky gold HRH script. And then I have my Chanel, and I'm gonna show you guys the bottom, my Chanel lipstick in here, and Charlotte Tilbury, and then my Chanel and my little Christian Dior perfume, and it fits perfectly in here. You can leave it on your vanity, you can leave it, put it in your bag, but primarily it's really just to keep your rings in, honestly, but there's other multi-purpose things you can do with it. So here's the rings in here, all of the rings. And I want to show you guys the bottom. This is not like a hard, like velvet, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? That cheap hard. This is very, very soft. It's like the softest, like bunny feeling peach fuzz. It is so pretty. They're just really, really nice little boxes for you to keep all of your HRH in. And I love them. They're so all like, what is it called? Old Hollywood velvet boxes. I love them, like cigarette cases. So cool. Okay, so choose 2 or more rings. Hopefully you get all 3 because they just all go together and you can like switch them around and play with them, and get the box. Okay, so that's the collection. Oh my god, like you guys, like I don't even know, like I'm like, wow, like is this really happening? Like I'm gonna like it's so much pressure. Like I don't have investors, like I don't have a design team, like this is all on me. It's always been all on me. Like HRH has always been all on me. Like I either make it or break it. Like bitch, it's on you. Okay, like it's very stressful at times. Maybe that's why. Like I haven't like grown massively. Like there's so many businesses out there who've like grown massively. You know what I mean? Have like huge teams with them by now. Like I've done this for like, what is it? Like 7 or 8 years, like bitch, you know what I mean? But it's just not, like it is what it is, a small business. And like, I don't know, it's fine. Like I like it, but maybe that's why I'm like so like high strung and like crazy, because I have like so much stuff like that I'm doing and want to do. And my head is like full of like things I want to do, but it just takes so long to get accomplished. But anyway, I really hope you guys like this. I could sit on here for like hours and talk about my line. Honestly, that's all I really want to do is just like show you every like new piece that I'm doing and talk about like, oh my god, like what happened with this caster today and like the supplier. You guys have no idea what the fuck this fucking cunt did. Like like for real, like that's what I would love to do, and just be like, oh my god, you guys have no idea, and like spill the tea majorly. But that's what if you like saw my like day to day, you would understand like maybe why I'm like this. But I hope you guys love this collection. It means so much to me. It is so HRH. It is so like HRH, like what is it, like 10.0, like 8.0, 8 years later. Like I took one of my very first designs and created a collection out of it, based on like beautiful things, but also made it very edgy and modern too. And I'm very proud of it. I hope you guys love it. I really, really hope you guys love it. So super sick. Go check it out now. Make sure to get 2 pieces, so at least so you get the box. I hope you get 3 because that's like the collection. It like all goes together. And I love you guys so much. Guys, but can we talk about this? Like, oh my God, I just can't. Like, I can't tell you how excited I am to wear these now. Like, I have been hiding these. You guys have not been able to wear them. Like, I haven't taken them out. Like, I'm just like, ugh. Like, I'm just so excited. So, why am I taking them off? Okay, let me put them back on. Like, I thought I was like done with the video or something. I want to wear silver though. I want to wear silver. So anyway, I cannot wait to see everyone who's coming tonight. And like I said, I really wish like so many other people could come too. Like, one day, you guys. One day if I make it big, I swear, if I make it big, we'll have like a big party at Beverly Hills Hotel. Like, how cool would that be? Oh my God, it'd be so fun. I'll like fly everyone in. Like just martinis all weekend. Okay, no, for real, that'd be like a dream. Okay,